Fuck. Whoa, here we go. Here we go. Oh my gosh, look at that. Look at that. Hey, Paper Farm. Welcome back. Thanks so much for covering for me while my chicken stock simmered for 6+ hours. Your stuff is a damn sight better content, I will say that much. Whoa, what's going on here? Okay, thanks, Richie Shaw-Tooth. Richie, thank you so much for that follow. I appreciate that a great deal. I am Quaz. This is my ADHD kitchen. On a whim, I decided I'd make some chicken stock for myself. I'm learning how to cook lots of stuff over on this stream, and I thought, yeah, okay, why don't I stream it? And that was before I actually looked at a recipe and realized, okay, right in the middle there's like 6+ hours of just letting it simmer. So thank you so much, Made for Farm, for covering for that part. Now we've been checking in on it and throughout Made for It stream, and it's done. I've kept adding water, aromatics, and here's the finished product. Now, it ain't much to look at now. But in there is the delicious, aromatic, flavorful goodness of a whole chicken. Well, the carcass of a whole chicken, 3 whole carrots, 2 whole onions, a whole head of garlic. Some stalks of celery, herbs and spices, and oh man, I am sure it's gonna taste fantastic. So all that's left now is to pull this stuff out of the pot and strain out all the stuff we've extracted all those flavors out of. There we go. And then you can store it for Sunday when I'm going to use some of this stuff for making some jambalaya on my regular Sunday stream. Making jambalaya and a bunch of other southern U.S. classics for a full menu. All right, so let's get this over here. Oh my gosh, that's a lot. All right, so here we go. This is the giant pot O stock, and I'm gonna try to fish out as much of these beautiful bits that have sacrificed their very essence to give me a chicken stock to die for. All right, so I'm gonna pull a bunch of this stuff out, and then we will be straining out the rest of the stock over into this pot here. So let's see. Looks nice. Still have a little bit of rosemary left over from the sprig that I cut from my back garden to throw in here, and some of the tops. One of the red onions that I sliced up, it had sprouted. So I have lots of greens, some onion greens there, which I'm thinking about using those. I'm maybe fix myself a bowl of soup today. I've been waiting. Well, I haven't been waiting. I've been partying for almost 7 hours. Thanks, Made for It Farm. And we're gonna, so I figure why wait until Sunday to enjoy the fruits of my not really exercising any labor at all. So, okay, we're almost done here. Scooping out all these things. I'm sure I can find something useful to do with that. All this spent gunk. But, all right. So while I'm doing this, I'll just say for those of you who are new here, I'm Quaz. This is my ADHD kitchen. I'm a pretty new streamer. Really only just started streaming regularly a few months ago in January. But I've been streaming pop-ups on and off prior to that since last June. I'm really enjoying learning how to cook. This is not a cooking stream, this is a learning how to cook stream. And I just figured, hey, it'll be more enjoyable if I got company. And I gotta say, the company has actually become the highlight of it for me, although I am enjoying learning how to cook. Over the months, I've kept hearing, over and over again, oh man, as I start cooking the thing and it starts coming together, oh man, this is making me hungry, my mouth is watering. And it really got me thinking a lot about hunger in real life. And so I decided, like, hey, you know what, I think, we're all so lucky to be able to have something to eat when we get hungry. And I'd try to, do some charitable giving to some organization, find some organization that's doing something to help people who don't have that privilege, that comfort of being able to eat when they're hungry. And I did a lot of research, and I settled on an organization called Action Against Hunger. They're a decades-old international nonprofit charitable organization that has learned how to very effectively and efficiently use the resources that it has to fight not only the effects of hunger, but the causes of hunger worldwide. So I just set myself to give them $100 a month. But then I thought, hey, this whole thing happened because this community that's forming around my stream here, let's see if I can screen some of this out. This community that's formed around my stream here started me thinking on it. And so, you know what, I think I'd like to make these donations on behalf of our community, this little channel's community. So in addition to that $100 a month that I'm donating, because I felt called to, I never got into the streaming thing for the money in the first place, but I made a commitment to any revenue that I get from this channel, whether it be bits or subs or donations. I don't have my donation link up yet. Pro streamer, but those are all going to the community contribution every month as well. And then I got thinking, I don't want, I want this to be a community donation. I want this to be something that this community contributes. You shouldn't have to pay out money, subscribe, and oh shoot, there's a level 1. Oh, it's a boost train. Oh, it's a boost train. Holy cow. So I don't know if you guys all know about this boost train thing. It's like a supercharged hype train. I just read about it yesterday. And so I don't know exactly like what happens, but there's basically, there'll be rewards to the channel to give us even greater visibility on the recommendations pages, depending how far along we get on this. So it makes a big difference in getting more people involved in the work we're doing here. So bless you all. Bless you all. Oh my gosh, Tara Lee, and sincerely Audrey. Oh my gosh, and the delightful anonymous cheerer. Always count on you. Thank you guys so much. Oh my gosh, and I'm missing so much stuff. Okay, Richie Shaw, we got all these follows from Ooh, Pain Brigade. I love it. Oh, and Justin dropping the 5 stack. Shark96 with a follow, and Nukas242 with a follow. and Made For It dropping at Tara Lee. Tara Lee, you're awesome. With 100 bits from that, I'm sure it just keeps going. Oh my gosh, I'm still getting the hang of track and chat. Like, obviously I didn't even notice the hydrate starting. This is nuts. All right, Tara Lee and Justin Stump Meow, 300 bits. Dude, I thought you were a total wastrel. You didn't care about anybody but yourself. But there you are, making an impact. Love you, brother. Oh my gosh. All right. Well, God, thank you guys so much for all this hype and all the exposure it's going to give us to get more people involved. But the third component, by the way, again, all the revenue we get from this, that's going straight into our community contribution this month to Action Against Hunger. And even if you don't have the wherewithal or interest in buying subs or cheering bits or making donations, that's totally cool, because I'm making sure that everybody who participates in this community is making an impact. At the end of every month, Twitch gives me a report of the average number of viewers we get on this channel during the streams, and for every viewer, whatever that count is, I'm giving $10 per average viewer on top into the community contribution pool. So you, just by sticking around, participating in this community, being part of what we're doing here, you will be making an impact in helping this community help Action Against Hunger do the good work they're doing around the world. So thank you all so much for being here. Much appreciated. Let's get back to this. And oh my gosh, so level 2 is like at 97%. We are almost over the top there. Justin, what are you doing, man? Thank you for giving those. I love the way you do that, Justin. Justin's always very targeted and gives those subs to folks who there it is, 100%. Confetti everywhere. Boing. Oh my gosh, thank you guys so much. It's still really hard for me to get my head around how this happens. You guys are amazing. Amazing. Thank you so much. Stump again with the bits. 100 bits from the Stump Meow. All right. What the heck is going on here? Tara Lee with the gift subs. Just, oh my gosh. I can't keep track of all this stuff. I'm sure I've missed something. Stump. I just saw your message with that 300 bits. I'm gonna watch the chat instead of the activity feed now. That's so sweet what you said, Stump. Oh my gosh, okay. And what did I just hear? Bimini. All right, Bimini with 100 bits, and I heard a sound. Made my preview too small to see what's actually happening here. Oh my gosh. Okay. Sincerely, with those 69 bits from Sincerely Audrey Made For It with 100 bits. Giving me about 100 bits. Oh my gosh. Is that what? I just saw Rosie Parker, Mama Wee Devil. All right. Okay, those were the gift subs. Those must be the gift subs. And also are they also here? Can't keep up. It's scrolling off the top before I even have a chance to see what's happening. Stop scrolling! This is amazing! Alright. Oh, yes, Musi is here from Denmark. You're a lovely person. Sincerely, Audrey, I just saw you saying that mushy carrots are your favorite. That's great. You know what? I got a great recipe for you, and you get some free chicken stock out of it as well. All right, so Big Round Jim is here, work lurking. Thank you so much for being here. Oh my gosh, okay, we're at level 3, 63%. Switch to 69. I love 69, but he doesn't. All right. Oh my gosh, I apologize. I know I've missed so many people here. It's just all going so fast. Oh my gosh. I was just starting to get a hang of tracking the chat when it was just chatting. All right. Not pause, do you scroll? Okay. Thank you guys all so much. Okay. So Stump, thanks for that follow. And those 2 bits. I wish I had an air horn. I'd blow it twice for you, Stump. I know how you love it. Anukas gifting the tier 1 sub to Bimini. And there we've got the bits from Made For It and Stump Meow. And since you're there, okay, I got there already. All right. Please, guys, slow down. No, don't slow down. We're almost there. But wow. Oh gosh, thank you guys so much. I think I got to the end of the chat. Yes. Gus Mason says thank you, pauses here. I adore you too. Thanks. All right. Stump says, oops. I didn't mean to do that. Says just insanity. I'm gonna get that one. I actually have the audio. I'm gonna get it in here. All right. So I think it looks like we got a minute to go. 63% on level 3. Okay. Oh man, this is gonna be great. Like, so I set a goal for our community to, y'all heard the whole thing about how we're doing a monthly community contribution to Action Against Hunger. I set a goal of $6,969 for this year. We're already close to $800 just for January and February, and so man, if this keeps up, we may blow through it before halfway through the year. This is just like mind-boggling. What? Okay, so that's Justin with more gift subs. And Tora Lee with another gift sub. All right, okay, this is good. This is all great. This is so good. What? Okay, and this is a level 4 boost train, and I don't quite know. I think they just started doing these boost train things, but they got it's like a hype train, but there's more rewards for the channel. In terms of we get like they throw in more recommendations to folks who are browsing. So it's super great. Thank you guys so much. This means a whole lot. Oh wow! Did I expect any less from you, Stump? No, from all you all, of course not. On the one hand, I don't expect anything, right? But I'm starting to get the idea. You guys. Like you guys are all legendary. Stump Meow says level 3. Take that! Boom! Classic Australian. Justin says hype trains are like math to me. And there we go. 5 stack from Stump. And we have just blown through level 4. Is this gonna actually be a level 5 boost train? Are we gonna close out level 5? Okay. I just noticed. Yeah, that's right. I'm making chicken stock. Oh my god, we're already at 47% of level 5. This is like, I'm like a little streamer. Like I did this just for good company, and it's just, yeah. Thank you. Ghost Queen for Just Breathe. I'm not kidding, like, actually, thank you for that. I just realized I actually am, like, hold a minute. Okay. 63% level 5. Jeez, holy, almost 4 minutes to go. This is nuts. I mean, I understand, but I just don't get, thank you guys. Justin with another tier 1. This stuff just keeps coming. Tara Lee with the 100 bits, 67%. The 100 bits bring that to 69 or 70. I always hate it when it bumps over to 70. It's 70. Anyway, no foul, no foul. That's beautiful. Thank you, Tara Lee, for those additional 100 bits. All right, and Stump with another 69. Who doesn't love 69? I love it. Oh my gosh, you guys. This is nuts. I don't know we're gonna make it. If you stop right now, I would be blown away entirely with another 100. Okay, I think I see what's happening here. Justin Sanity says, Quaz always puts me in the best mood. You. Evening Quaz is here. Lindsay! Hey! Welcome, Lindsay! So, Lindsay is a Just Chatting streamer who I don't know how I stumbled across her. She is like seriously she's a serious chatter. You know what, Lindsay, I don't know what is happening right now. I mean, I can tell you. This is just a pop-up stream. I don't have a menu. I was just making some chicken stock, and I figured why not stream it? And like all kinds of things went sideways, and people just showed up. This community is amazing, and just like, okay, let's roll with that. And now like, this is a level 5 boost train, which is a hype train on steroids. And we got a minute and a half to go, and we're in overtime. We're over 100% of level 5, 123% of level 5. A little over a minute to go. This is amazing. It's just... This music is ridiculous. Alright. Sorry. Where was I? Lindsay, I'm so glad to see you here. I'll tell you all about the menu soon. Stump, make me a sandwich. Alright, I'm gonna make a bowl of soup later, I think. But, alright. Where am I? The last thing I saw was Lindsay saying, what's on the menu? Oh my gosh, it's way up there. Justin dropped those 2 subs, and then there was Stump with 1, 2, 3, 400 bits. Holy what? Okay, Lindsay. Tara Lee says, what? You're back on Twitch? Oh, Lindsay! You and Tara Lee got a history? Is that what's happening? Alright. This is it. 139% level 5. And that's just like, that's like the big guys, the big boys, dude. It's all you. It's all you. That's what it comes down to. It's like, thank you guys. Thank you. You did that. You did that. Holy cow. That's what it is? 2,000 recommendations for this stream. Oh my gosh. I have no idea what's gonna happen now. This boost train idea is crazy. Like I saw it one start on the first part of this stream 7.5 hours ago, before I realized that the recipe called for 6+ hours of just simmering it. And I was like, what the heck is a boost train? We just started it this month. Twitch just started this month. I can't talk. All right. Chat. I have so much trouble keeping up. All right. All right, so many of you got gift subscriptions while you were here. Please give thanks. Right? If whether it was a community sub or directed to you personally, you see who gave it to you. Just tell them thanks, because like it means so much. Like every one of these things, every subscription, every bit that gets cheered. In the future, once I get my act together and get a donation, like every donation that gets made, all of that stuff goes, all that revenue that comes in goes straight to Action Against Hunger in our monthly community donation. And so like yeah, I'll get some emotes going too soon. I've got a couple in the works. So you'll get your Twitch subscriber benefits as well, but like just being a subscriber, you're making a huge impact. Wow, okay. Let me see if I can stay with this. All right. Frickin' thank you, guys. Thank you. Audrey. Sincerely, Audrey. Gifting a sub to Lindsay. Lindsay, welcome in. So glad to have you here. Sam Davies says, I'm the best. No, you. Please. Made for your farm with love. Whoa. So that's for 3 months. Lindsay, you've been subscribed 3 months? 3 months here? Holy cow. Man, Justin and Lindsay, you guys all know everybody. It's just so great. I love that this is a community, that you guys have relationships and say hello to each other and talk. All right, Lindsay, how is the kids and hubby? Oh, that's Tara Lee. You guys are catching up. I'm really glad. Sam Davies says, King of the Kitchen, Master of Cooking, Legend of the 69. I'll take it. Like, yeah, king. I always say it's better to be a king maker than a king, but if you say so, I'll take it. Master of Cooking, Legend of the 69. You guys, great work, all. Stump me out. Agreed. Though you made it seem effortless. I have no idea how you do this. I have no idea. Like, what? I mean, it's like everybody together. Ghost Queen, this is the wisest comment I've seen this whole time. You need a drink for this. All right, so that's how it goes. That's how it goes. Let's say it. Ladles up. If you got them, line them up. Maybe this will calm me down a little bit. But I gotta do this quick so I can get back to chat. Cheers, folks. Bottoms up. Oh, that was loud. All right. Full screen. You know a thing or two. Thank you. All right. Justin, we love Quaz's here. Our ADHD energy matches. Yeah. Ghost King, just breathe and have a drink and then get to the cooking. All right, I'll tell you all about that in a minute, because there isn't actually going to be a whole lot of cooking. It's been cooking for the last 7 hours. All right. Lindsay, so I appreciate it. Everyone hit the follow, please, says Made for It Farm. That would be lovely. If you feel so compelled and you'd like to come back again, I'd love to have you back again. So yeah, you know how it works. Follow button, keep that notification thing going. You'll get my notifications. Though Twitch sometimes, you don't. So I'd also recommend if you're interested in now or in the future, you find you're interested in getting more involved and continuing to participate in this community, get into the Discord, !Discord in the chat for an invite link. Because I always send out coming up and go live announcements there as well. If you're in there and following the announcements channel there, you will definitely get your go live announcements. All right, what do we got here? Some unfollows and follows again. Had to hide. Can't let him see me. Carlisa's already following. You're stealthy. All right. Claus is here. Put your pants back on. It's the worst advice anyone's ever given me. Glad you're all doing well, says Charlie. Sincerely, Audrey says you deserve it. So, thank you. That's really, that feels really good to hear. And I want to be really clear. Like, for me, the thing that means the most about what you guys are doing is that we're able to do so much more good with that community. That's basically, it's kind of like what this whole stream has become about for me. Is like community first and fighting hunger is the rest of it. So everything you guys have done, I feel so good about what we're going to be able to accomplish this year from that kind of kindness and generosity. Thank you for that. All right, Cypher, hey, g'day Klaus, says Cypher. It has been a good day, although it's another good day pretty soon. It's almost 3:34 in the morning here in San Francisco. All right, all right, I think I'm caught up. Just trying to keep everyone calm and such, Klaus, and you too, Ghost Queen. I appreciate your care. I really do. All right. I don't feel like I'm trying to catch up. Got the Discord link. Check it out. It's a really, really low-key Discord. You're not gonna get it's not spammy. There's 3 channels and a voice channel. There's my announcements channel, but then there's a general chat channel, but 2 specialty channels. One is our recipe ideas channel, where you can share recipes with each other, or if there's just some dish you'd like to see me make in a future stream, you can post a recipe or just name the dish and I'll go find one. All right, that's where I go first to find recipes to learn for future streams. Then there's the food porn channel, where we can share photos of stuff that we've made and we're proud of. Or just maybe even if we're not proud of it, that we think is pretty good to look at. All right, and that's it. Come on in. There's also a voice channel, but haven't really been pushing that too hard. Maybe I gotta start figuring that one out too. All right, are we done? Okay, Cypher, thanks for coming in. I really appreciate seeing you again. All right, and that's it. Lindsay with another 10 bits. That's the last of my bits, so I registered my new card. Lindsay, bless you. You know you didn't have to do that, but that you did that really means a lot. So thanks. Thank you. All right, Midford Farm, just dishing out those Purple Heart love emotes like it's never gonna run out. I love you. Ooh, Pain Brigade, take that, Crash. Take care of yourself first. We need you whole more than we need you here. So get some good rest. I really look forward to seeing you again, and I hope you'll come back. All right. Lindsay says you deserve it. You're a good guy. And Ghost Queen joins me in wishing Wu Pain Brigade, great username, good night. And now, let's return here to our previously scheduled chicken stock. So I, on a whim, decided to make some chicken stock. On a whim, decided I might as well stream it. Found a recipe once I'd gone live, and then figured out that it was going to be 6+ hours of just watching it simmer. There was no, we chatted. I told a joke. I didn't like that joke. But we were running out of stuff to do. But then I noted Made for It Farm was on the chat. Was here with us. I was like, hey man, you were gonna run a stream anyway, weren't you? How about in 10 minutes? Get it set up, man, and you can run the entertainment while we wait for this 6.5 hour reveal. Anyway, it's time. He sent y'all back here. We got some more friends, old and new. And now all I'm doing is I'm just trying to make some chicken stock and get some good company while I'm doing it. So here you can see I took out most of the. There's still some more good broth in there. I took out most of the stuff that I've extracted the good flavors out of. Come on. Oh, yes. And now I'm just going to give this another strain. I want to strain out as much of it as I can. It's a really rich stock, lots of fats and aromatics and stuff. So I'm going to just try to strain this out as well as I can so I have a nice pure stock. I need 3 cups of it for my jambalaya recipe that I'm going to be cooking. Okay, here we go. That I'm going to be cooking this Sunday. And then obviously there's more than 3 cups here. Oh, look at that. Plop, 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 plop. There's more than 3 cups here. So I figured, as long as I'm here, might as well, maybe I'll make myself a bowl of soup. This is some really nice looking stock. Really rich. I have not tasted it yet. I just put in stuff that I thought would would make good flavors. I'm sure it's great. I might throw in a few other things, maybe salt it up a little or spice it up a little, or who knows what. But we'll see. And then I was thinking I might just take a little cup of it out. I got some rice in the fridge that I made earlier today. I've got some chicken meat that I pulled off of this carcass before I started the stock, and some carrots. Maybe I'll just do a quick saute of some carrots and onions and in olive oil and herbs. Throw in that chicken meat, and then make myself a little bowl of soup. So you do at least get to see me cook something, and it'll be without a recipe. By the way, if you would like to explore making chicken stock on your own, I type !recipe in the chat, and you'll see the recipe that I tried to follow along with. And you can it's just a link out to a page I found in my big cookbook called Google, and feel free to grab it and try it yourself. Really not that hard, as long as you're willing to wait around for 7 or 8 hours, or get one of the best DJs on Twitch to bring the party to you. Thanks again, Made for Fun. We will, by the way, unless he objects, be raiding back to him once we're done here, so the party does not stop. All right, so here I've got some stock. Here's the big reveal. The first one. I'm actually going to taste it for the first time ever. It smelled so good, but this is my first taste. Let's see how it goes. It's super rich. In fact, it's a stock, not a broth, so it's like let's see. Homemade chicken stock. Yeah, it says, oh wait, pro streamer. So you guys have been here. Pokekey. One of the sweetest people. I just always feel like I don't know, it's like it's a combination of a like like a strong man and a sweet little puppy dog, and I just always feel really safe with that dude. Anyway, Pokekey just dropped 100 bits in here, and thanks for being here. Thanks for that support. I really appreciate it. So here we go. Justin spanked someone. No, I don't have that command here. This is not a mature audience's stream. You fucker. All right. Something else says left a bit. Just a little to the left. Man who knows what he wants. All right. So I've given this a taste. And I will say it does need some salt. What? Okay. With another 100 bits. I don't know if you're. Thanks. Thank you. This needs some salt. This definitely needs some salt. It's delicious. Just got a little bit of heat in it because I used some Old Bay seasoning, which has some cayenne pepper in it. But I do want to get some salt in here. I could do that, or I could put this on the stove again and simmer it some more to reduce it. But it's already been 7 hours. I can fix it just like this. There we go. Let's give that a little stir here. What's happening? You guys. Alright, so Pokekey again, now with 25 bits. 25 little party horns. It is a party! Sincerely, Audi says, you can't just go around spanking everyone. Don't start me, bitch. Otherwise you'll have a very sore cheek. Alright, let's see what happens now. Now, I want to be clear, by the way, when I'm doing these tastings, this spoon does not touch my mouth. Just pouring it in. Otherwise, you know, technically speaking, you wouldn't use the same taste spoon again and again. Not with something you're going to be sharing with other folks. This is good. My personal taste, I think a little bit more salt would be good, but I know not everyone has the same taste with salt, and you can always put more in. You can never take it out. So I'm going to leave it like that. And who's that? Who's that? Pokekey says, hope you're well. Matey. Aye aye. Aye aye. I am. Thanks. I hope you're well as well. You know, I always love when we cross paths in Discords. Look forward to that happening again soon. All right, so I've got this broth. I need to reserve 3 cups for this recipe that I'm making on Sunday. I should probably check the other recipes and see if they also require some. Because I don't want to have to buy store-bought when I've got this delicious mixture here. So let me just take a quick look. Woo! Let's take a quick look here at the recipes. I got them right here. They're super handy. Right, somewhere. There we go. Recipes. All right, 3 cups chicken broth for the jambalaya. Let's see, mustard greens. Do you need any chicken broth? You do not. Good. It's gonna be mustard greens with bacon and/or ham hocks. And we got cornbread. I'm pretty sure that's not gonna need any chicken broth. Stock, nope. Good, good, good. And then we're also, I'm not even gonna check the sweet potato pie. If it called for chicken broth and the sweet potato pie, I'd find another recipe. All right, so I need to reserve 3 cups of this, which I will do now. with this ladle. Oh, this ladle's got rum in it. Ah, all right. Give this a little rinse out. All right, so there's my glass measuring cup. I know it's there. It is. Because I just noticed this one got a little crack in it. You see that? Don't want this stuff leaking out. The precious juice. All right, so let's get. Move this over now. All right, let's get 3 cups. Let's get 3 cups in here. So this is 2. Measure out 2 cups right now. It is so rich. There's so much good stuff in here. Stock, a broth is generally it's thinner, it's clearer. A stock is going to have a lot of the rich fats and substance. What's happening here? It says, stump me out. If you ever come to Australia, I'm getting you to cook jambalaya. Never tried it. All right. Just gonna say, by the way, this Sunday, ! Recipe in the chat. Bring up the recipe. You can try it at home. And I know you say, nah, you'll screw it. But better to do that before you got company. All right, so I got 2 cups here. I'm gonna have something I need to get something to store it in. Here's something. I got something. I always keep these takeout containers from the takeaway places. They are great storage containers, reusable, microwavable, and they're really cute. So, all right, so there we got 2 cups. Now we need 1 more cup. Looks like that's going to be a perfect fit. I might put so. There we go. Look at that. Just about to the top. I'm going to give it a little extra. There we go. All right. So, let's seal that up. Put that in the fridge for Sunday. Now this stock also freezes really well, is what I read in the recipe. So you can make a big batch of this stuff and throw it in the freezer and bust it out whenever you need it. Keeps a good long time. And again, like I said, it takes a long time to make, but very little effort. Most of it's just adding a little water to the top of the pot as it cooks off. A couple times, 2 or 3 times over the 6 or 7 hours that it's in there. All right, so look at all of this stuff. I got a bunch more here. So this is going to be a pretty short stream because not a meal. It's not a meal. It's just finishing what I started, which is a big accomplishment for me. But I think what I'm really looking forward to is actually making like a bowl of soup to have, because I didn't have any dinner, unless you count the Kraken. I just stuffed my face with cornbread, says Sincerely Audrey. I might have a problem. Well, if you do have a problem, cornbread isn't one of them. Cornbread's never a problem. All right, so Ghost Queen says, now I'm hungry for cornbread. Thanks, y'all. Are you from? Something else said ladle. Sam David says you're using the ladle wrong. Where's the drink to go in it? All right. And Stump Me Out says, way too slack to cook it myself. I got it. Ghost Queen laughed at Sam saying, where's the drink to go in it? But I take that very seriously. It's coming. It's coming. All right, I love that tub. We get the box type ones. Oh, right. Madeford Farm says, Quaz, we have a weird noise coming out. What is that background sound? The music sounds like, oh, yeah, you know what? There is a fan going on, but I thought you wouldn't hear that because the filter on for noise. But let me see. Maybe I screwed that up. Let's see. Oh, wow, yeah. And that's a lot of fan. I'm getting a lot more frame loss than I did before. Let's see what I got here. Hey, room mics. Filters. Oh, look at that. Give me a second, folks. Yeah, I'll switch to the laptop cam so you can at least see how intent I am on getting this right for you. So, got my room mics. Here they are. Put a filter on here. Yeah, I do have noise suppression on here. And a limiter. Well, I guess I could press it. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. I wish I could hear what you hear, but I can definitely hear the fan coming up and down. Well, let me put it this way. Probably got another 10 to 15 minutes, which is probably going to be 20 to 25, 30 minutes Quaz time. Before I take y'all back to Madeford Farm. Get ready. So, think you can live with this noise for a bit? Oh my lord. Something's going bad with the rendering. I'm getting rendering lag like mad. Why? That wasn't happening before. Oh, I think I know why. I think I know why. Here we go. I didn't have the video preview enabled before in OBS, so hopefully now that I fix that, it won't be a problem anymore. All right. And meanwhile, here goes the chat. Madeford Farm says close excess windows. There ain't none. I got OBS. I got my I guess I can close down the music window. And I got my stream manager. That's it. Nothing. Oh, yeah. Hang on. That is the. What? Okay, that's too bad. Apparently I got two, count them, two instances of my stream manager running. That might help. All right, well that's everything I can do here. That's everything I can do. So I close the music, he says. Love the cooking, but F knows what happened to the sound, maybe a restart. Voice is fine. Right, so but you're hearing a fan noise, right? Is that what you're saying? It's not that bad, says Audrey. Just sounds like we're being abducted by party aliens. Okay, the music is choppy. All right, fine. Music's gone. Bye, music. I'm still here though. Madeford says, wow, I was spinning out. All right. Yeah, of course it's gone now. If there was an artifact in the music, then we cut the music. Yeah, because the fan's still running. Fan's still running here. But that's what I thought you were talking about. The overstimulation was real. All right. All right. All right. All right. Let's all take a breath. Let's all take a breath. Do I have time to make a bowl of soup? Or would you rather we just get back to the party? Maidford Farm, poll, please. Stump Meow says, I love soup. Maidford Farm has sensitive areas. Sorry, ears. Nah, it was hitting my soul too. All right. So I'm going to say that that music was also too loud then. All right. I'll work on it. I'll listen to the recording and we'll see. Yes, more cooking. All right. Let's do this. All right. We got a bunch of us here. I'm going to do this. Can't. All right. Let's see what we got here. Do 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 do. Is it? This is super easy. Very simple. I'm going to give you 1 minute. You got 60 seconds to make your decision because this is not a tough question. Here we go. I'm leaving it to you. I can't decide for you, and I sure can't see can't keep track of what's coming in through the chat. So right up there at the top of the chat, open that up. Party or soup? You got a few seconds left. You got what do we got here? About just about 30 seconds left. Just need someone. We got one. It's a tie right now. It's a tie right now, which I think would mean just end the stream. We need a tiebreaker. We need a tiebreaker. All right, where is the both button? No, soup would be followed by a party. Oh man, it's hard to design a good poll. All right, we're almost there. Got 5 seconds. Looks like party now is in the lead. Oh, it's a tie. All right, well, I'm gonna have some soup. Yeah, I'm gonna make some soup, but I'm gonna cheat. Here's how I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna take a bowl. I'm gonna throw some broth in. Maidford Farm. You ready? You ready? Because I wager it's gonna be 5 minutes. 5 minutes before I start. I'm gonna be looking for someone to raid out to be you. All right. So here we go. Here's a bowl of broth. There it is. Let's set this aside over here. Do. Come on. I just need that onion. So I got some chicken already cut up. I got a little parsley. I got a little rosemary. And I got a carrot. A little carrot. Just leave it, guys. Just leave it. Let me just give this carrot a scrub here. All right. And then you'll see how it goes. Couldn't be easier. Too easy, as my maid for it says. Soup, tied again, soup, whoop, both. Yep, stay on 20, it's 50 video. You guys, you got so excited about this. All right, so here we go. I got a carrot, and grab out the big old chopper. That's close enough. Got some onion greens. Where are you? Here you are. So here's how it goes. Just a little bit of water in here. A tiny bit of water in this. What am I missing here? Still stuck in a meeting. Can't really listen, just watching. Need to say, love the shirt. Oh, this little half kimono thing. I love it too. Super comfy. It's got a beautiful butterfly motif going on the back. This is from an all-night dance party that a community of fellow aging ravers and I put on for each other, and we made swag for ourselves. All right, I got some wide leaf parsley here. Oh, I meant to get this water hot. Here we go, super fast. It's going to put these carrots, these carrot bits, into hot water. Very shallow little tin of hot water here, pan of hot water. Let that come to a boil. To get them tender crisp, super fast, pretty fast anyway. Oh, did that not take? There you go. And while that's going on, chop up this parsley. Made for it farm. Are you ready to go? You says, we're good to go when you are, mate. That's all I wanted to hear. I was way ahead of me. So, So we got a little bit of parsley. We got some, it's sort of like green onion, spring onions, but whatever you people call it. We call them scallions here. I got some rosemary from my garden. That's what's left from the sprig that I used for to make the broth in the first place. Right. And that stuff's already coming to a boil. So chop this up fine. Hey, Stumpy. Seem familiar to you? Stumpy talks a lot of shite in the Discords. All right. Yes, it does. Of course it does. Yep. Right, you were telling me your grandfather has an herb garden, right? Remember that. All right. So, got some of that. You got some of that. Got some of that. Look at those carrots go. So, what's happening here with these bubbly little carrots is they're boiling. They're getting tender crisp. So soft enough. All right, kids. All right, fine. I will hand wash a fork. Quaz Jr. and This gal Red. They, I'm just gonna say, bless him, bless him. All right, so let's see. Almost there. Let me get those turned around a little bit. And while that boils down, I'm gonna finish them with a little pat of butter so that they can saute, get a little bit browned. And this will add a nice layer of flavor to them as well. So right now that water is gonna bubble down, the butter melting, so it's gonna start cooking in with the now softened carrots. We're almost there. Watch this. That's the rosemary, which is gonna start seeping out into that buttery tea and flavor the carrots. We're putting all these flavors together. And now just throw in a little bit of this rice that I've made previously. A handful of brown rice in here. It's already cooked, just needs to get hot and get a little bit more liquid in it. There we go. Now it's going to take up the rest of that water. In an instant. All right, let me turn the heat down here. And we've got our tender carrots. I did mean to saute. Oh, I didn't need to do the onions because I got those onion greens. All right, but let's throw those in there so that they do get a little bit tender. And now it leaves the fresh chopped parsley out here on the counter, on the prep board. Okay, so this heat in here will help these guys soften. You can see it actually starts to bring out this nice emerald color in them as well. You know, darker green as they just picking up the heat from the rice and carrots. See how the fork just kind of slides right in there. Still a little crisp in the center. All right, and because I'm a sucker for this stuff, I'm going to throw a little bit of this Old Bay seasoning blend, cayenne, celery, salt, and paprika. Basically, it's a super simple blend, but it gives just a nice little bit of kick. And the aromatics from the paprika are it's a nice warm, flavorful. Yeah. All right. Oh, but I did mean, and this was the cheat part. I did mean to throw this bit of broth right here in the oven. That should have been ready at the beginning, but hey, welcome to my ADHD kitchen. All right. So I'm going to give that a minute and 30 seconds in there. I'm going to dump this stuff in there, sprinkle that chopped parsley on top, and it's soup. Then it's soup. Oh yeah, shoot. I had some chicken as well, didn't I? All right. This is what happens when I don't use a recipe. Making stuff up as I go along. You got to come along with me. All right, so this is already cooked. It's already seasoned and flavorful, so I think if I throw this into that hot broth while it's finishing heating, that will heat it through and we will have some nice chicken and rice soup when all is said and done. Come here, chicken. You're going in. Go on in, the water's great. And all right, got another 30 seconds or so. I'll give it a little. Got another 45 seconds or so in the microwave. Then we'll throw that in. We got some soup, and we can take it to Made For It Farm. I would really appreciate it very much if all of you guys stick around here. We're gonna have a great party with Made For It Farm. Take us to the morning here in San Francisco, and carry you through to the evening down in the Down Under. Mushy carrots. Sincerely, Audrey wants mushy carrots. I mean, I've got the mushy carrots from cooking the stock. That's some pretty mushy carrots. Man, those are really good. To be fair, a lot of the flavor has been cooked out of those. Great mouthfeel, and it's picked up a lot of the other flavors from the broth. Look at this, we got some piping hot. I could see the steam coming off, and I was about to say piping hot, and then I went ahead and grabbed it with my bare hands anyway. We got some piping hot chicken broth with chicken in it. And now, let's pour the rest of this stuff in there. We got rice, red onion greens, carrots, a little bit of seasoning blend in there. Now the broth is already very nicely seasoned, but that'll add something to the rice as well. Here's that. Look at that, it's really starting to look like soup, isn't it? Huh? And I'll just sprinkle some of these little fresh parsley leaves on top, give it some fresh green. And a little trick I learned from my mother's, I'm going to say Greek wannabe lover when I was a kid. He was a friend of the family, but he adored my mom. And this is the trick. The chicken soup especially, just a splash of lemon juice. Now, before you get all, ornery with me about this is actually lemon juice. This is not from some concentrate, even though it's in a plastic bottle. It's actually fresh squeezed lemon juice that's sold in this bottle. All right, so just a little splash. Really brightens up the flavors a lot. We're good. I'm gonna give it a little sprinkling of black pepper. Here, already ground. Get some here. Lemon, pepper, chicken. All right. I'm gonna eat this soup. I'm gonna try this soup right now. And it's still too hot to hold by hand. I'm gonna put a plate under it. I'm gonna try this soup right now. I'll share my opinion, my experience of it, and then we're gonna set up a raid and raid ourselves back to Made For It Farm. Isn't that right? Made For It Farm. I need a verbal, I need a legible yes in the chat. Consent is important. All right, there again, here's a little close-up of the soup up top. And we got some rice, we got some carrots, we got some onion greens. We got the parsley. And normally I would say if I were buying chicken broth or stock from the store, from the market, I'd be like, okay, I should probably put some garlic powder on here or some whatever other seasonings. But I know, because I made this stock myself and I tasted it and I seasoned to taste, the stock is already pretty much the soup that I wanted. I just needed some stuff to put in it, right? So here we go. Gonna raise it up. We'll make sure you all can see. Actually, this laptop cam might be a better angle. Here we go. It's soup. All right. Matt is live. So is this soup. All right, I want to eat all the rest of this right now, but I don't think I can. So and still get us over to Matt. So here's the deal. You all stick around here. We're gonna raid out to Made For It Farm, where the party is already and again jumping. I'm gonna take this soup with me to Matt's Discord. I'd love to see y'all there. Come on in to the Discord at Made For It Farms channel, and let's catch up. Have some soup. All right, now let's see if I am any better at doing this than I was last time. Raid channel. This is puzzling. Made For It Farm shows up twice in my list of followed channels. I'm gonna go with this one. All right, I'm starting a raid now to Made For It Farms channel. Thank you guys all for coming here for the big finish. Let's go. Are you ready? Now, let's go.